funniest moment an Italian convention, during an Italian convention?
The funniest moment during an Italian convention?
Yes.
Well, this is the third one, so I've got two others to choose from. It was probably when Jason brought the guitar on set, on stage. Because he didn't have it with him back there. And then next thing I know, he just grabbed it. It was like Houdini just came out of his pocket. And I'm like, what are you doing with that? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, what are you, seriously, dude? What are you doing with the guitar? He's like, I don't know, maybe I'll play a little something. I'm like, you can play something. And then by that time we're on stage and it's like, hey, everybody. And then the guitar just sat there. And I'm like, oh, thank God, we're almost done. And it's just, it didn't get to play. Then the last question. And then at that point I was like, screw it, why not? So that was...
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Hi.
Hi. So we saw in episode 17 that Dean leaves Cass in the hospital. So what do you think about it? Do you agree with Dean's decision?
I mean, yes, because I know how it turns out. So, I think originally when I read that, I was like, what? But yeah, I probably had the same reaction you're having, is like, what are you doing? What are you thinking? Why? But then it eventually kind of unfolds and reveals, that it was a smarter choice. So, yeah, but I have that luxury of knowing what lies ahead. Thanks. Hi.
Hi. I just wanted to ask if there are any roles or characters or scenes you really want to do in the future.
Yeah, there's tons. But that's the great thing about the movies is there's always going to be new and exciting movies or new and exciting stories to tell and characters to play and actors to work with and directors to work with. I like to play. I'd love to have kind of a variety of characters in my work. I'd love to have from, the John McClane's, Die Hard, to, a Jim Carrey character in a funny movie. I'd love to have that variety. Whether or not I get to do that is, to be seen. But I'd love to be able to have the opportunity to play a lot of different characters. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hi.
Jensen. I had very interesting information about the scene you play differently, which was in the script. And I wondered, have you ever argued with Great Ripke or some writers about some storyline you didn't like, or you think Dean would never do such a scene?
No, I mean we've never argued. I've never had.
Because these characters nobody.
What's that?
Because Dean as nobody knows.
Right. Yes, and that's true. But no, I fortunately enough for me, the writers of our show really respect these characters, and they really they want to protect these characters. Probably much like you and I do. I really, Dean is such an important thing to me personally, because he's his character that I've lived with for the past 7 years, and I feel like it is that way with the writers as well, and I can tell that in the way that they write for Dean, that they really love this character. I mean, he's a hero to them as well, and he's a hero to me. I mean, just the way that he's not. Trust me, he's not the perfect hero. I mean, he's got his faults, but I think that's what makes him an interesting character. And so, I can't even think of a time where I've disagreed in a large sense to what the writers are writing. There might be lines, or the way that Dean's saying certain things that I'm like, maybe I'm going to change this a little bit. Sometimes they'll even put in the script, they'll write a line and then they'll put parentheses, or however Jensen wants to say it. Because sometimes I just change it and make it what I feel Dean would say, like what I think is more natural of the character, and they allow me to do that because they know how you know how special he is to me, and he is to them too. So yeah, it's been a really good working relationship with the writers because they really love the characters, and so do we.
And you always do an amazing job. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hi.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I really miss playing Pada. So, are you missing driving your baby?
Yes. 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 I miss the car, and Lord knows Dean misses the car too. The good news is that I, with the help of some others, convinced